Namaste. Today we are celebrating World Ayurveda Day here at Amal Tamara. Here today we will be discussing with Dr. Karthika S about how Ayurveda can affect us in our modern and busy lives. This special celebration is coming to you straight from Amal Tamara. We're so excited to be here and so looking forward to this conversation. Thank you, Doctor, for being with us. She is our senior Ayurveda physician here at Amal Tamara and an excellent person to be discussing this, having this conversation with. And looking forward to it. So Dr. Karthika, Ayurveda today has become so much more about just, I think, what the common perception of it is, which is massages. I think the concept of holistic healing is something which is much more widely accepted today. The relevance of non-traditional medicines, such as Ayurveda, but also medicines like acupuncture and Chinese medicine, all of these things, I think the prominence of it has grown, and of course the education around it has grown as well. The awareness has grown. And I think, we do really need to understand why and how Ayurveda is quite distinctive from other, of course, non-traditional medicines in general, but how it really affects our whole well-being and wellness. So maybe you could walk us through a little bit of the core principles of Ayurveda.
As you said, Ayurveda is not about only massages. It is a science of life, a philosophy of life. It helps us to balance the life with proper diet, with proper lifestyle, and proper mind and body balance, which is very important in this modern world. So Ayurveda, the concept is that our body is made up of basic humors called Vata, Pitta and Kapha. So balancing these doshas in the body will help us to maintain the mental and physical balance in us. So also Ayurveda gives a lot of importance to Agni, which is actually the digestive fire in us. So this is actually very important because the digestion of the body is some of the basic metabolism in the body that controls overall metabolism in our body. So that is very important to maintain that. So Ayurveda teaches us the importance of maintaining a good digestive fire in our body. Also, it teaches us how it is important to maintain a balance between our body, mind, and our spiritual well-being. So it will balance in and out, physically as well as mentally, so that it is a holistic approach Ayurveda is having.
So I've had a legacy and an interest in Ayurveda for, my entire life. My grandfather, his name was Dr. C.K. Damodaran. He actually retired as the district medical officer in this district, in Alleppey district. So not only is Ayurveda special to me, but Ayurveda in this specific place is also very personal to me. He was a very reputed Ayurvedic physician, and his specialty used to be mental disorders, in fact. So I have this deep relationship, even though I didn't know him for very long, that, his influence was on my dad, and then from my dad it came down to me. And so Ayurveda has really been a part of our lives. In fact, it goes farther back than him even, because he had uncles who were practicing even in the early 1900s. We had one uncle who was even running a clinic which was giving out free medication. He used to be very focused on toxicology within Ayurveda. And there have been several doctors were there, and even currently in my generation, we also have some Ayurvedic doctors. And so it's something which is very personal and it's something that I grew up in. So I don't think there was any introduction as such to Ayurveda. It was just something which, was always part of our life. And of course, growing up, I did see many people in my family taking Ayurvedic treatment. So I think that understanding of what Ayurveda was and what it involved was something which I always had. Some of the choices that I've made for myself with Ayurveda is that, through different parts of my life, mainly I would say from my early 20s onwards, I have taken somewhat intense Ayurvedic treatments, right? So ranging from 10 days to 3 weeks, I would say, I've done it. And I would say the most effective ones that I took were the treatments that I took while I was pregnant, in the late stages of my pregnancy, and then of course the 40 days after my pregnancy as well. And that was, I've had babies twice, and so both of those times I did this, and it really, I would say, was an incredible experience because it has, it rejuvenated my body. I would say it gave me back a lot of strength. it gave me the strength to sort of be able to take care of my kids in that moment. But I think it gave me that sort of strength back into my body, right? That essence, that energy, that nutrition, like the whole thing is really covered by Ayurveda, right? The prescription is of course your massage, your binding, all of that, the treatment itself. Then you have the medication. I would say even the support that I had from my therapist was really important in that time. And of course the nutrition, the food as well, that was prescribed with some guidelines. It wasn't a strict prescription as such, but there were many guidelines around what you should eat more of, what you should eat less of. And that was of course really important, I think, and very effective in the way that I felt my body behaved after having those treatments. And of course here at Amal, I've taken treatment as well, and that also, I remember one of the greatest things that gave me was really coming back to the point that you were talking about, was in terms of my digestion. And I felt that taking some of the learnings that I had at Amal Tamara during my treatment and taking them back to my daily routine has been incredibly effective, actually. I cannot understate what it meant to, some of the things that were told to me based on my doshas, what I should eat more of, what I should eat less of. It has been really meaningful and impactful to the way that I feel like my body behaves today. So, as you said, Ayurveda is certainly a way of life and a philosophy, and it goes much beyond sort of the treatment that you have here. But the treatment itself does provide, I think, a very strong foundation on which other things, lifestyle changes, for instance, can be effective in the time that you are not in treatment necessarily. Amal Tamara was really created from the sort of idea that we had about how do we bring authentic Ayurveda to the travelers of today. Right? So Tamara had been in the resort space. We had done the Tamara Kur, we had done the Tamara Kodai, and of course we were running spas there. They're called the Elevation Spas, which are award-winning spas. But within a spa, you can only have impact on a person's life and well-being in a very limited amount of time, right? And for me, having grown up with Ayurveda, it was extremely important that we somehow find a way to bring the authentic Ayurveda to today's travelers. And also, beyond sort of this feeling of, I think almost like responsibility in doing that, it was also about what the customer was demanding, right? And in the last few years, we have seen an evolution of what wellness and well-being means to today's traveler, the modern traveler.
Especially after post-COVID.
Especially post-COVID. So as we were thinking about Amal Tamara, we knew that there was an audience who really wanted to look very carefully at their well-being. They were looking for solutions that worked. And Ayurveda, in my experience, was something that truly worked to bettering your well-being. So that was truly the motivation. And if we were to do it, we knew that we wanted to do it in an authentic way. We were not going to do, a sort of half-half sort of, cut together type of Ayurveda. We really wanted to make sure that it was done in an authentic way. And as everything I think we do in Tamara, we wanted to take a long-term vision on it, which also meant that we wanted our customers, our patients, to be with us on a journey. And that's how the Amal Yatri journey was created. And that's really the essence of what we do here at Amal Tamara. Do you want to talk a little bit about the Amal Yatris?
Yeah, actually the bond between us and the Amal Yatri starts not with the arrival, actually a bit before that. So they actually, we have a conversation before arrival, and we do a pre-consultation on their health ailments, and we will educate them exactly what we are going to do here. So they will get an idea of what is Ayurveda, what is the day at Amal, and what we practice here, the authentic Ayurveda.
Which is, of course, we are also NABH accredited, which means that we're a hospital.
Yes, we are a hospital, and we have a set standards according to the NABH regulations. So there is no compromise on the healthcare needs of them, and we provide exactly what is required for them according to their ailments, their body condition, their body strength, and we will give advices to them, while they go, how they should do some changes in their lifestyle, their diet patterns, or if they want to continue the practice of Ayurveda in their daily routine. We will give them advice without altering too much their daily routines and work.
I think that's important, right? Because the advice that we give needs to be something that they can actually incorporate. It cannot be, you're like this, you're, completely like this, and then we're going to give you a completely new type of diet and, exercise regime and all of that. It has to be something that the advice is something that can be implemented within that way that they are already.
So during consultation, we will get a deep knowledge about their body constitution, how their body behave to different kinds of diet, and what is their diet or daily routine. So we will advise them like, you can add something, or you can avoid these kind of things from this diet. So this is having a huge impact on their overall health of that person, both physically as well as mentally. It will once the physical doshas or humors are balanced, it will automatically reduce the mental stress. So actually it is improving the quality of that person, more mental clarity, more focus, and more emotional well-being. So it will help to boost the immunity, or it will help in prevention of different kinds of diseases for them.
And after they've gone through the treatment with us here at Amal Tamara, what happens after that? How does the journey continue?
Actually, we have a concept of post-departure consultation. For 5 consecutive months, we are actually tracking them, reviewing their health every month. In between also, but we are having a touch. That is actually the concept of Amal Yatris we are having. So they are having actually when they are here, they are like a family. So we are keeping maintaining a bond with them. So even after going also, if they are affecting with the minor ailments or any other doubts in their daily regimen or food they consume, or they are calling, and we are giving necessary advices for them. So it's a continuous journey. So actually the journey begins before they come, and it's a journey that they continues from here.
And of course, I think with Ayurvedic treatments, it's also important to have a regularity of the treatment. So what I've seen, for instance, in people who are older is that, once a year, you should try to come. People who are a little bit younger, come every 2 years or 3 years, but do it.
Yes.
Because it really has that sort of effect of rebalancing your doshas, if I'm not mistaken, and kind of bringing you back to baseline so that, again, you are able to kind of, move on in your lifestyle. And of course, deviations happen. None of us are perfect. We all have small things that we do, which is not great for us, but I think the idea is to slowly and in a way which is achievable, bringing in small implementations that can change the way that your well-being is and how you feel on a daily basis.
So it is advisable to do panchakarma every year if you are a healthy person, to prevent certain kind of diseases or lifestyle disorders. And for a curative aspect in some kind of metabolic condition, orthopedic condition, autoimmune condition, we recommend them to do a specific course of treatment so that they can maintain their health that they have attained, and without worsening their condition. So that is also very important. So people come back because they know how they have benefited out of this journey, this treatments, the certain changes in their lifestyle and advices and medicines, internal herbal medicines what we are giving. So they come back for maintaining that health. Despite all these, we are facing some challenges. So we are advocating a healthy lifestyle pattern, diet changes, some kind of medicines we are recommending. But most of the people, sometimes they are not able to practice that in their modern, busy, fast life, because mostly our day is oriented according to our work, not accordance with our health condition. So that is very important, that we must, tune ourselves according to our body, and a work-life balance must be there. So that is the biggest challenge we are facing, even though we are making people balanced when they go from here. But unfortunately, some of them are not able to practice the diet that we recommend. Some may be the unavailability of the resources in other countries, or some may be they cannot prepare and eat. And some kind of lifestyles in this modern day world, they cannot practice a kind of digital detox or a dopamine detox. All those things, sometimes it's not possible because it's work related.
Yeah, but there are, of course, opportunities to bring your well-being back to sort of the balanced state, which is, as you've said before, doing treatments in some sort of a regular way.
Yes.
Consultations with our doctors,
Yes.
figure out what is it that works, right? Not everything has to work necessarily. You may not get 100%,
Yes,
but
yes.
there are things that you can do.
Because they can always, call back us or connect with us when they face some challenges in between. So we can advise them a better way or some simple ways to practice a healthy lifestyle. And in some cases, practice, we make them like a practice a day in their life. Like we are like a morning routine. Wake up early in the morning, do some yoga and meditation that will actually help to balance their mental well-being, some treatment, some healthy diet, a digital detox. So we are putting them in a track and make them begin a new course of life journey actually. So that will actually help them to incorporate all these principles into their lives. But sometimes because of time constraints or the modern day busy fast life, they are unable to practice all these things. But of course, there lies the relevance of doing once in a while, keeping some days for maintaining our health, and Ayurvedic treatments once in a year. It is very important.
I think what's also amazing these days is that on a constant basis, you can, to some extent, track the level and state of your health, right? So you have technologies which exist which track your sleep.
Yes.
That track your glucose.
Yes.
You use glucose monitors.
Yeah.
And these are things which are giving you information on a constant basis. And so it's quite amazing to see how Ayurveda can actually change, for instance, your metabolism over time. And of course, at Amal Tamara, we have tied up with organizations to make sure that this is also information that you get through on a longer term basis.
Yes, we are using modern day technologies like we use here ultra-human patch for monitoring the bioregulations or biorhythms in the body. It actually gives us a proper monitoring of their sleep pattern, their heart rate, their body temperatures, their stress level, their nutrition levels. So that is a deep insight for a physician, so that we can do corrections. So this is the pattern they are doing, or that will give an idea about their metabolic ups and downs in their body, their dosha level, their mental constitutions, where is the root cause of their disease. So the exact correction of that the imbalanced thing will make them the healthy journey more fast and more stable in a sense.
Yeah, I think it's a really beautiful sort of synergy between ancient medicine and ancient knowledge with modern technology. Yeah, I think it's a really interesting way. And as far as I know, I believe we're the first to do this, to really bring that combination and that knowledge to our physicians as well, to be able to treat using the information which modern technology provides you with.
Yeah, we are practicing authentic Ayurveda. We are upholding the Ayurvedic principles, but we are using the modern, for example, imaging techniques like MRIs, X-rays, these kind of ultra-human patches, for a better understanding of their health condition or their physical and mental constitution, so that we can treat them more effectively.
Yeah, and we can focus on that long-term health as opposed to what we were saying, traditional medicine. What it does is focus on the symptom. Right here, you're thinking about holistically how a person is doing, and so this gives you a much better picture of actually how they exist.
Yeah, because mostly people come with some symptoms like I have pain, joint disorder, some metabolic, some hormonal imbalance, hair fall, fatigue, mental phobia, or these are some kind of symptoms. But on our detailed consultation, physical examination, mental constitution examination, some techniques like Nadi Pariksha, so we will, and some modern techniques like ultra-human fat, we will come to know about their exact imbalance and we can advise them accordingly. So here at Amal, we are doing a holistic approach in accordance with the Ayurvedic principles.
And you're giving a personalized
treatments for them. Even though we have a variety of programs, rejuvenations, weight loss, our ear care program, stress relief, ortho care. But whoever comes for the treatment, we assess their body condition, their physical constitution, their body strength, the chronicity of the disease. And then we are curating a personalized program for them. So that may involve a metabolic correction, pain management, rejuvenation. Along with that, we are suggesting them yoga, meditations, special therapeutic yoga sessions, which they can study here, practice at home, meditation sessions, individual meditation sessions, and some curative diet we are prescribing. So the diet we are prescribing in accordance with their body condition, their digestion, especially we are considering the Agni in Ayurveda. That is one of the important factor that decides our health. Because once Agni is correct, our whole metabolism will be in order. So that we give so much of importance for the diet. So in accordance with their body constitution, we suggest a diet and we are giving personalized diet for that. So the 7 days or 14 days or 28 days they are staying here, they are in a healthy track. They are tuning their body into a more healthy aspect. So they are more aware of their body when they feel more lighter, when they are more mentally focused, when they feel more mental clarity. It is, that they feel that, okay, they are coming back to their health and these are really helping them.
Yeah.
So we are encouraging them, by giving the results. So you can practice and make it a life pattern for them.
And I think this is one of the common misconceptions of Ayurveda, that it is, I hear a lot about Panchakarma. And Panchakarma, of course, is a very important aspect of Ayurveda, but it's not for everyone.
Yes.
And it's not for every ailment.
Yes.
Right? So, and it's not, it's not for you at different times of your life also, So I think that we need to change that narrative and make sure that people understand Ayurveda actually is about personalization. And that's the intensity with which, people like us, we have a group of doctors here, of course, a team of doctors who are treating each of our patients jointly. That is what it takes, because every single person, our guests who come to us, they have different things that they are going through in their life, right? Different challenges, different, health situations. And so it's so important that the personalization and that daily touch that we give is customized to that individual, their mental sort of state. What are they able to tolerate in terms of their treatment? What do they like?
Yes.
I know that in Amal Tamara, for instance, we really try to listen to our patients quite a lot to understand what is it that they like in terms of their food.
Yes.
In terms of how they sleep, their sleeping patterns, their waking up patterns. I think all of that is so important because that's what makes it sustainable.
Yes.
Otherwise, you cannot change, we cannot change behavior so easily. And I think that whatever you do, it will not work unless there is this two-way communication and that personalization comes, that customization comes for every single person who comes to us for treatment.
Yes. So what we do here is like, exactly as what you said, like we do customize, the treatments for them, the diet for them, then customize yoga and meditations for them. As you said, Panchakarma is not for everybody. So we first look into their health, the body strength, the dosha constitution. And if they are eligible for the Panchakarma, we do start the Panchakarma programs. Otherwise, we will, put into other programs which are equally beneficial. And through that, they can attain, mental and physical well-being, yes, and can continue that.
So, Amal Tamara, the location is really perfect in that we're very close to Kochi. We're less than 2 hours approximately from the Kochi airport. And of course, Kochi is an international airport, which is accessible to most of the planet. And I think that what that has done for us here at Amal Tamara is that we are able to then serve customers from all over the world. And in fact, we do, right? We serve patients from Australia to South Africa to Germany to UK, US, everywhere. And we even have translators here who to help in facilitating the experience and making sure that every person who comes here, despite language barriers, are able to have the total experience. And so I think the accessibility to Amal Tamara is something which is quite amazing. And of course, the post-departure experience is something that we do using technology again. And that is a game changer, right? In the way that we are now able to stay in touch with our patients, and you're able to send messages and really stay on top of how people are doing. And that sense of, I think, family and sense of community is something that is beautifully coming out because of this global accessibility, which is there within Amal Tamara. And I think, in terms of the future, looking forward, I think that, as you had said previously, after COVID, people have started to focus much more on their wellness than they ever did before.
Yes.
And I feel like Ayurveda is truly one of those
provide that preventive healthcare other medical system cannot provide. That is actually one of the potential areas of Ayurveda. People are actually looking for a preventive healthcare, immunity boosters, and we are having immunity booster program, and we are having people from all over the world, accessing to that and going back happy.
Yeah. No, and I think we've become so much more aware of what is the challenge of living in today's modern world, right? We don't have control necessarily over our water supply. We don't have control over the quality of our air. Most of the time, we don't have control over our food quality either. But what we do have control over is our time, in a sense, and being able to give our time to investing in ourselves in a place such as Amal Tamara. But, doing treatment, Ayurvedic treatment for yourself is something which I think is gaining a lot of importance. And I feel like the future, therefore, is really about bringing to the forefront the beauty and the advancement which is possible using, and Ayurveda and the science of Ayurveda, really.
Yeah. A natural healing solution.
Yes. So what do you think now about the future of Ayurveda?
So when I look towards the future of Ayurveda, it is very bright, because some of the solutions the current stream of medicine cannot offer. There are solutions in Ayurveda. So it is, in the current scenario of antibiotic, resistant organisms or microbes, they are looking for herbs which are more potent in, treating infections, and new bacteria and viruses are, every day they are finding out. So Ayurveda is a perfect solution for that, increasing the immunity, the strength of the body, and herbal solutions are, a lot that need to be explored. Also, integrative medicinal approach, especially in case of neurological disorders, Ayurveda, autoimmune disorders. These are some of the areas Ayurveda can contribute a lot.
And there's a lot of research happening in these spaces today, right?
Yes. In many places there are, in the case of Parkinson's disease, multiple myeloma, myelopathies, myelomas, all these cancer, post-cancer care, all these things, there are a lot of researchers integrating the modern system of medicine and Ayurveda as well. There are a lot of researchers are going all around the world, and world is showing so much of interest towards the Ayurvedic medicines and herbs, a real potential that we are having. Actually, it is an unexplored area.
Yeah. No, and it's good to see, because I think, a scientific approach that you see typically in universities and research centers, research institutions, now they are pivoting to embracing Ayurveda as well as a subject.
Yes.
And I think that, with these sort of research institutes getting more resources, coming into them, whether it is funding, whether it is general, awareness, the hope is that the science will also evolve, the Ayurvedic science, and we will have more treatments for infections that we don't typically have necessarily options for today.
Yes. When we look into some of the causes of, these kind of new autoimmune diseases and all, we could, it will all come under the category of idiopathic, comes out of idiopathic or no reasons at all. So it is somewhere we cannot find any reasons with any blood reports or any other, physical parameters. So that is where actually Ayurveda, can have a better solution, balancing the play of Vata, Pitta, balancing the importance of balancing the humors in the body really comes to play to promote the inner well-being and balancing the energy level of the body. That is very important.
Yeah.
So that is where actually the scope of Ayurveda and the future of Ayurveda is.
Dr. Karthika, do you have any tips for those who are considering doing Ayurveda for the first time? And then also for those who are on their journey of embracing Ayurveda?
Yes, those who want to come for Ayurveda treatments, always prepare their mind. They must be open for the treatment or the things what Ayurveda is offering, a new life journey. So openness of mind is the key factor. And one more thing, too much, Google suggestions about Ayurveda is not recommended actually. So because always Ayurveda treatments are personalized. And when they really want to do an Ayurvedic programs, always we start with the digestion. So they can practice easily cook easily digestible and cooked food, and regular, they can, if their diet and sleep patterns are irregular, they can start correcting that, making a regular diet, cooked and easy to digest. So that will actually help to make body ready and open for an Ayurvedic treatment.
And what about for those who are already on their Ayurvedic journey?
Ayurvedic journeys. Mostly people ask for something, for their stress, quick relief for their stress. Usually, like popping a pill. That is the solution. Mostly people are looking, they are like a quick remedy they are doing. So for them, I am suggesting like a, simple pill, like tulsi leaves you can take. You just take maybe a 4 or 5 or tulsi leaves in your hand, crush it and just try to inhale that 2-3 times, so that the volatile content of the tulsi leaves is actually a stress reliever. So, and also one of the popular medicine in Ayurveda is a Triphala. So Triphala is one of the popular and effective medicine in Ayurveda. So you can prepare a Triphala decoction. It's very simple, just like boiling a tea. You can prepare if you have Triphala powder at home. You prepare that, filter it nicely, and dipping a cotton pad, you can just put in your eyes. For it is actually cooling and relieving for those who work on the systems long time. And it is actually a cooling and it's healthy for the eyes too.
Actually, my one tip is Haridra Kandam.
Haridra Kandam, it is actually a medicine.
It is, yes. So it's not for everyone, of course, but it is incredibly effective. The primary element in it is turmeric.
Turmeric, yes.
And anytime that I'm starting to feel a little bit sick, I pop a spoon of it into my mouth with some water, and I find that by the next day, I'm much, much better. It's incredibly effective. And one of the medicines that I discovered here at Amal Tamara.
Amal Tamara. Haridra Kandam is actually a very potent medicine.
Yeah, very good.
Of respiratory tract infections, improving your digestion, immunity-wise, energies. It's very effective. Yeah.
So thank you so much, Dr. Karthika. This has been a great conversation. Thank you for celebrating World Ayurveda Day with me and giving me the opportunity to do this in Amal Tamara. It's a beautiful place to be having this conversation, and looking forward to seeing what more Amal Tamara is able to do in the coming years in terms of bringing Ayurveda to our global audience, and also in bringing more information and bringing more awareness to everyone about what Ayurveda truly is, and how we as a family, really, at Tamara Leisure Experiences, is trying to ensure that we bring authentic Ayurveda to anyone who comes to us for looking for help.
Thank you, Shruti, for having me here to have a conversation on Ayurveda on this occasion of World Ayurveda Day.